Greggs, the UK bakery that's taken the country by storm. You now can barely walk 2 minutes down a high street without seeing one. It's quickly becoming what Starbucks is to the United States. It now has over 2,600 stores on our little island and sells over 1 million sausage rolls a day. In fact, the Greggs sausage roll has become so prominent over here that Madame Tussauds have just released a waxwork of it. I'm not even kidding. Look at it. Just look at it. What is the world coming to? For the next week, I'll be eating and drinking nothing but food from this fine establishment, and outside of that, there's only one rule. Apart from the sausage roll, I can't have the same food item more than once. Though different portion sizes of the same thing, such as a piece of slice versus a pizza box, are still allowed. And at the end, I'll tell you what my top 5 items were. Let's get into it. Out of all of these different challenges I've been doing, I've actually been really looking forward to this one. Looks like Greggs have really expanded their menu and done a lot with it, so I'm excited. It's a shame about this weather though. I hope it's not a sign of things to come. Feels a bit ominous. Ominous or not, I headed into my first Greggs to start this journey, and having not stepped inside a Greggs in a long while, it was cool to see they do lots of new things, like hot food to order, which was pretty neat. I started off pretty basic this morning with a croissant, a pain au chocolat and a flat white. Having had a strong variety of awful supermarket cafe croissants from the last week-long challenge I did, this was actually a really refreshing and good item. And I enjoyed the early morning music. Pain au chocolat had more chocolate in it than I think I've ever seen in one before, but it was flaky with the right amount of chew and softness.
I've never had croissants from Greggs before. Pleasantly surprised.
I will say though that the coffee wasn't great. Not much more to say about it than that. The coffee from Greggs, it's not very good.
Appreciate that was a little bit of a boring breakfast, but now I can't have them again. I just didn't really want to have fried breakfast food in a bat. But I suppose tomorrow I'm probably going to have the fried breakfast food in a bat.
Wasn't too much to report until lunch, other than a friendly greeting from my giant floof Riley. It was just another day of work, which meant it was quickly time for lunch.
The sun's come out for me. Looks like it's going to be a nice day after all.
And what I got was their new firecracker chicken wrap and some of their southern fried potato wedges.
Pretty excited by this, I'm not going to lie.
Look, I'm not a huge potato guy. I'm not a huge fan of a fry or a chip, but I do love a wedge.
Stunning.
The wrap was decent as well, filled nicely, lots of fresh lettuce and cucumber in there.
This is going to be a good week.
It really was. So far, everything had been really tasty. I can't speak for how healthy it was. Probably not very healthy at all, right?
Firecracker sauce. It's not spicy. It's got a little bit of heat on it. And I like how fresh the lettuce and the cucumber things are as well. I can get behind this.
I finished up, bought a cookie for Carolina, and came home for my daily doggo walk.
What a good girl.
Returning home, it was time to get back to work, but instead I decided to play a bit of worked. I definitely worked. It was a busy day. Also, Carolina let me try a bit of her cookie.
That's not bad. I want to try the white chocolate one though.
And it then came time to get dinner, and I thought I'd make use of the app, because hopefully, by doing a collection, it would guarantee me some hot food. Speaking of the app, by the way, it's pretty cool. It has all of the different product varieties on there, and once you buy 9 of those, you get your 10th one for free, and it's applied automatically, which I think is a really cool, really good system. It's probably one of the better loyalty schemes that I've seen.
Time to pick up dinner.
Got the goods. Not sure why it says Uber, and it's not 4:45, it's 5:30, and it's still very hot. I think they've given me a really hot, freshly cooked hot sausage roll. Yeah, let's get home, let's go eat this. Woo, food! I'm hungry.
A sausage roll.
Our mac and cheese, which smells very good. I love the fact that it's all still very, very hot. And then I got my custard slice, which is not, I can't even pick that up. It's not what I thought it was. It's as good as ever. Obviously, it's a great sausage roll. This, it looks good and it smells good. Big question though, how does it taste? Not bad, you know. The crunch on top is good. The cheese is good, it's well melted. Still a bit of pepper and a bit of salt. And it's a little bit claggy. I tried the mac and cheese on the sausage roll. Game changer. Yeah, that's good. If you ever get this, do this. Dessert was my custard thing, which was more custard than I anticipated. Not really sure what I thought it was going to be honest. I do think I might have thought this was one of those just like sponges with maybe a little layer of custard
and the icing on top.
Biting into it, it went everywhere, so I had to use a fork.
That does not look like an appealing mouthful.
Despite this and telling myself I would save some,
Yeah, I'm eating the whole thing. I'm not even sorry.
so day one was down and I wound down by collapsing on the sofa and actually playing some Kirby this time. And so far, all 3 meals I had spent £17.35, which feels like just a fraction of what I spend on any previous challenge, so hopefully this week was going to be really financially viable for me. Day 2 and I arrived at Greg's bright and early.
Back again. I don't know what I want for breakfast today.
A minor contemplation in the queue and I ended up going for a bacon and omelette roll with brown sauce, their hash browns, a fruit pot and a cappuccino. Sadly, the hash browns were by far the worst hash browns I think I've ever had. And honestly, I feel like it's hard to get hash browns wrong. These have clearly been left out and just tasted a bit soggy and grainy. Give me a McDonald's one or even one from a freezer bag any day. The omelette and bacon roll was better, but not something that would blow me away. I think I preferred the croissants from day one, it's just a shame I couldn't have them again. I tried combining the hash brown and the roll, which did improve on it, but still wasn't the best. The cappuccino was about as good as the coffee the day before, which wasn't very good, but moving on to the fruit pot to end, it was unironically amazing.
This is actually the best thing I've had this morning.
It was really crisp and really fresh, a refreshing contrast to the rest of the breakfast. Now unfortunately it was a Friday, which is actually quite fortunate because it's the end of the week, but unfortunate because I had to work. So working through it, quickly got to lunch, where I picked up something for both Carolina and I to eat at home.
Whilst it's not an actual rule, I feel like I kind of have to have a sausage roll a day. So I've also got myself a sausage roll to have on the drive home.
So it turns out Greg's sausage roll as a driving snack is one of the best driving snacks you can have. So lunch is this chipotle chicken flatbread, which when I asked you guys what to try from Greg's, so many of you said, get the flatbread, it is amazing. So fingers crossed. I don't like the coffee, as we already know. Not sure about the iced coffee. I feel like that's better than the coffee. And here we have the flatbread, which looks pretty loaded actually. That's not bad, you know. Flavour wise, you've got everything you want there. The red pepper's nice, the fresh vegetables, lettuce, all of that is nice. The chicken's nicely flavoured, but it is a little bit dry. That said, I like it. Now, a lot of you do often ask me how much I weigh when I start these challenges and how much I weigh when I end these challenges. And despite last time I did this, you lot complaining about my feet, here is the first weigh-in. But I do a lot of exercise during these challenges for obvious reasons, so I had a quick cycle before dinner time.
I'm a little bit early. I've got to wait for the text for them to tell me that it's ready to go pick up. But it's pizza night!
Honestly, what's good about when you order it for collection is they always seem to be cooking it for you while you're arriving, so it's completely fresh as it comes out of the oven for you. Lovely, because you're just not having stale left out pizza. Unfortunately, I couldn't eat it in there if I wanted to, so instead I thought I'd take it home. I ordered their 2-slice box of spicy chicken pizza, which sadly didn't come in a box, but it looked good and tasted alright actually. So I sat and had it whilst watching the season finale of Dexter Resurrection. I also got a cookie.
Now the big question, is the white chocolate cookie better than the milk chocolate one? Yes. Yes, it is.
So after day 2, I'd spent a further £18.95, which isn't that bad all things considered. It was day 3 and my current weigh-in showed I had lost weight somehow, which is definitely worthy of a subscribe, right? Almost 70% of you aren't subscribed, so please hit that button.
I've heard rumour of a drive through Greg's, so I think we're going to go try that for Brekkie.
How can I help you?
Hi there, can I please get a bacon and cheese wrap? Ooh, I'll try a caramel mocha, please. It's cold. I wish it was hot.
Now, after having a few coffees here, I can honestly say I think Greg's coffee is probably the worst high street coffee that I've had. Sorry if you're a fan, but I just feel that Greg's the coffee is something that really needs working on. But on that note, without further ado, it's time for the video side note that nobody cares about. Now, in my mind, there are 6 main high street coffee chains in the UK. Costa, Starbucks, Cafe Nero, Pret, McCafe and Greg's. And here's how I would put them in order of worst to best quality coffee. Greg's, Costa, McCafe, Starbucks, Nero, Pret. Carolina's is Costa, Greg's, McCafe, Nero, Starbucks, Pret. What's yours? I was then off for a day of shopping where I scored myself some new shoes and then went over my mum's house for lunch. But I of course bought and brought my Greg's over. My parents fully know I'm doing all of these challenges by the way, and they kind of think it's low-key hilarious. So I was invited round with mum knowing full well I wouldn't eat what she made. But Carolina had a nice fish finger sandwich with her whilst I had this barbecue chicken toasty, which was actually fab. I then bought us all yum yums, and who doesn't love a yum yum? Eventually it was time for a dinner again. sweet potato bhaji rice bowl. And they even gave me a little sweet chilli sauce with it. I also bought myself some of the hot mozzarella bites. I think these mixed in with these and maybe this in that as well is going to be really nice. Ooh, fancy me hot? See base for heating instructions. Yes, I do. That's actually made me really happy. I was worried I was going to have a cold dinner. So, hot dinner now. Let's go. Suppose we try these little mozzarella bites in the meantime. The breading's tasty. Cheese isn't that like gooey or anything, but it's tasty enough. This, ooh, steamy, looks delightful, and I'm very excited. This just as a meal is a very, very, very big bit of me. Is that something I would make normally? Yeah. Greggs, this is banging. This might just be my new favourite thing at Greggs. Mainly because it's so unexpected. An honestly solid dinner, and probably my favourite one I've had so far. I would highly rate this and definitely recommend heating it up. Well done that Greggs. And without a further £19.35 spent, I only ate one yum yum out of 4, but hey ho, such is life. It was day 4 and a Sunday, meaning weird Greggs opening times. I say weird, it's just Sunday operating hours, right? It's not that weird. Can't say I agree with leaving the house this early on a Sunday. What do you think? And after everything heavy that I'd been eating, you know, I kind of fancy porridge. So porridge I got alongside a vanilla latte and a grape and melon pot.
Honestly, I know these fruit pots are just rough fruit, but they're really tasty.
The porridge was nice, though it could have used some honey. Not sure if they offer it, but then I didn't ask and they didn't offer.
Literally just what the doctor ordered today. Do a vanilla latte. If you get Greggs coffee, you get the flavour and stuff, because it masks it instant bad. Also, the more I drink this, the more I like it. The issue now is there's 4 days left, including today, and I've just eaten my last bit of fruit that I'm allowed. We're quickly running out of like the healthier options, I think. Yeah, so there's not really much in terms of fresh fruit and veg at Greggs, especially if I'm only having things once. What can you do? I'll make the rules, and apparently I'll make them a bit annoying and frustrating and hard for myself. It's just more fun, isn't it? I then went to this really cool market, and it was raining heavily, but it was still amazing to see. There was so much food, and I was really upset that I couldn't have it. It all looked amazing, and Caroline had this amazing dumpling dish, which I didn't film. But luckily for me, like a beacon of hope, a Greggs appeared, shining through the crowd of market stalls. And I got my sausage, beans and cheese melt for lunch. What? I gotta film myself eating it. I also got some lovely doggy baked treats for Riley. If I couldn't enjoy the market, someone else had to. Heading back and drying off, dinner quickly approached. I feel like I haven't done a good eating in the car video bit for a while, so off to get dinner now. I'm probably going to eat it in the car. Cool, you know what? It does take me a while to get here every time, but there it is in all its beauty. Sunday evening, and honestly, Greggs absolutely popping. Everyone's in there doing pickups just like I am. I brought this from home. I figure if we're eating in the car, gotta do a little bibby bib. A vegan sausage roll this time. It's the pepperoni hot shot, which has like onions and jalapenos and stuff on it as well. The only way I can describe this is fine. And that's probably because it's cold. I think if it were hot, it would probably be 10 times better. But as it is, it's tasty, but it's not as good as a normal one. I don't know what it is about Greggs pizza, man. To me, I really like it. To the point, I wouldn't say it's good pizza. Like, liking it and it being good is a different thing entirely. What I would say is it is like a high school, primary school style pizza, the ones that you get like every Thursday. It tastes like that, but that's nostalgia, and it's good. So I thought today we'd try a biscuit, a little star biscuit. It's a good biscuit. Making a £12.20 spend as my total for this day. Somehow I was now on day 5. Honestly, this week was going so quickly for one of these challenges, and I think probably just because I'm enjoying it so much. Like, Greggs for a week, everyone I've been telling that I've been doing this is just like, I'm so jealous. I'm like, well, go and eat Greggs for a week then. No one's stopping you. You get your own free will. Go do it. I am. Unfortunately, this morning, I was having a little bit of a kerfuffle. I've beaten Greggs being open for once.
It's 7:25 and it opens at 7:30. I'm here this early because we're off to another Greggs today. One in Cardiff. Only because I work there and I'm going to Cardiff for work. Riddle me this. Greggs apparently opens at 7:30. The shopping centre opens at 8. And I can't get in. The door's locked. Issue, of course, is I can't really wait around. So I've got a train to catch to get to work. I'm hoping I can get round to the other side to get into Greggs that way. I tried the other side of the shopping centre as well. That's also locked. So tell me this, Greggs. Why do you say you open at 7:30 when the shopping centre you're in doesn't open until 8? Doesn't make any sense. So I just had to wait until I got to Cardiff and went to the Greggs there, which for the first time this week there was a literal queue out the door. I got myself an Americano, yogurt and a chocolate muffin, but was running late so I had to take it to the office and eat it at my desk. All of it was pretty nice, other than the Americano. I do kind of wish Greggs did a blueberry muffin, but it was a very nice muffin. I think they're missing a trick here. Lunchtime was a tuna crunch baguette, a Greggs orange juice, which sadly was from concentrate, and a Belgian bun. The tuna crunch baguette wasn't bad, the tuna's just a very wet consistency, but the flavour was there and I enjoyed it. Orange juice was as you'd expect from concentrate.
I bloody love a Belgian bun.
I do. This was great. Back at the office, I was beginning to feel the effects of Greggs for so long though. Perpetual fullness. It's not a nice feeling. Dinner time, back off to Greggs again, of course. Pasta salad and a pasty, I think, because I've not tried the pasta salad yet. Maybe not the best idea when I'm feeling so full, but hey, we press on. The pasta was alright, you know, a bit creamy, but the chicken was nice. I liked the sweet corn and peppers in it. I've then also got this corned beef steak, which I've never had before. I'm not very sure about it. Texturally, that's really bloody weird. It doesn't look like beef. No, I'm not sure. I'll eat it because it's hot and I need something warming, but I'm not sure about it. Anyway, when I get back, I'm heading off to the gym. Try and burn a little bit of this off and maybe, just maybe, it'll help me feel better. So my total after eating Welsh Greggs for a day was £15.90. Just over a £5 a meal, which doesn't feel too bad to be honest. I woke up on day 6 feeling ridiculously full still. So look, I'm gonna skip breakfast today, purely for the reason that I wanna get rid of this just feeling of being perpetually full. It's not very pleasant, it's really not. I didn't feel like this at Toby's, I didn't feel like this on the Iceland meals, I didn't feel like this at the supermarket cafes. So there's something in the Greggs. Something in the Greggs making me feel like this. I know, but for once there was no rule to have 3 meals a day. I just normally do. I thought this time my health was probably a little bit more important, so I just skipped it all together and thought maybe I'd just have a big lunch instead. Someone's a little cozy this morning. And I did realise as well that during the time of filming this, Greggs had actually just launched their new autumn menu for 2025. So I thought it could be fun to make one of those come with me to try cringy TikTok style videos to try this new autumn menu. Yeah, I'm not proud of this. Come with me to try the brand new Greggs autumn menu. First up, the fajita chicken bake. So random for autumn, but honestly, kinda bussing. Spicy, cheesy, everything. Next, the pumpkin spice donut. I was ready to drag this, but low-key, it slaps. Washed down with the iconic pumpkin spice latte. Honestly, not my fave, tastes a bit like a candle, but it's giving seasonal vibes, so I forgive it. And finally, the egg pot. Like, who asked? But it's protein, so wellness queen moment, I guess. Overall, Greg said autumn is lifestyle, and honestly, I'm here for it. Yeah. Let's move on, shall we? I just realised I've been doing this all wrong. There is 2 Greggs that you've seen me going to, a big one and a small one. The big one actually has proper like dinner style food. There's a pulled pork burger, a chicken burger. We're gonna go get a burger, maybe 2. This hot food would be a game changer for dinners, so it's not just pastries and pizzas and things like that all the time. But of course, this is me we're talking about, so it's never gonna be that simple, is it?
So typically, I was too late for the burgers and the hot food. I did find some soup.
The soup was actually really nice, though there were no spoons to eat it with, just a fork. Tasted a bit like Heinz, but I don't think it was. The pastries were nice, but I thought dipping them into the soup would help. The cheese and onion was awesome with it. The chicken, it did improve the flavour, but wasn't quite as good. Fork also wasn't really working, so I just finished the soup by drinking it instead. So a shorter day for day 6, but my totals came to £14.60 for the day. And finally, the final day was finally here. I'm always so proud of myself when I make it to the last day. I'm gonna kind of go all out, or as all out as I can. The start of me going all out was trying their breakfast baguette. I got sausage and omelette.
I like sausage and omelette. Baguette, not so much.
I think the buns are much nicer, the baguettes are just a bit too heavy and crusty for the morning. My drink was also a caramel latte. It was a pretty mid-breakfast to be fair, and I hoped for better tidings at lunch. I've heard rumour of some hot desserts. There's hot milk chocolate cookies, hot brownies, and hot yum-yums. I'm getting a hot yum-yum. When I arrived at Greg's, the signs were all out for the pulled pork, and lo and behold, I managed to get it, alongside a fish finger sandwich, which you all said I should try, and a cloudy lemonade. The cloudy lemonade was exceptional, arguably the best drink I'd had from there, and the fish finger sandwich was also excellent. I think all it needed to make it even better is a bit of gherkin, or just replace that mayo with a little bit of tartar sauce or something like that, and they would be on to a true winner. Barbecue pulled pork bun with coleslaw was also very nice. Some of the pulled pork was a little tough and chewy, but mostly it had a great flavour and it was filled really well. I'd recommend it whilst it's still here on the menu.
So I think that was the best meal of the entire week. We're off to go find those hot yum-yums. Bit of a drive ahead of me.
I was worried it might be hard to try and find these hot yum-yums. Yeah, it wasn't.
We have complete and utter success with hot yum-yums. I'm very excited by these. I've gone for the chocolate sauce. I mean, it is literally, they took 2 yum-yums and they whacked them in the oven and heated them up. As if a yum-yum couldn't get any better. Well, maybe it can. We've got chocolate sauce. This is just perfection. I can't even, I'm just gonna eat them. All of them. Yeah. That was over way too quickly. Just exceptional.
And just like that, it was time for dinner.
Here again for my final pickup.
I do feel I should address before all of you in the comments say, why didn't you do Too Good To Go? Quite frankly, I forgot. By the time I remembered, this morning, there were no Too Good To Go bags left to get. I went in to collect and took it home to eat, where I thought it would be nice to plate it up properly to have as a proper dinner and feel more like one too as my last supper. Chicken rice was good, but unfortunately it didn't have the sort of chickpea sauce that the vegetarian one had, so it wasn't quite as nice. Also, the chicken bites were nice, but a little bit tough and dry. And the sausage roll, it was a sausage roll. Still good. Still solid. Which meant as quick as you like. 1 week on Greg's, done. High five. Yeah. Costing altogether £21.05, my most expensive day, meaning my total cost of this entire venture was a whopping £119.40. Oh, also my ending weight seemed to be exactly the same as my starting weight, so yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. No harm, no foul. And as promised, here's my top 5 menu items, including a couple of honourable mentions. I'm going to give the best drink to the cloudy lemonade. This was epic. Could do with less ice, but it was so nice. My honourable mention for food is the southern fried potato wedges. So flavourful and tasty. Make sure you get them. At number 5 is the Yum Yum. I love a Yum Yum wherever I go. Brilliant take on a donut, but Greg's do them especially well. Number 4 is the barbecue pulled pork roll. It could do with some salad, but it packed a punch and flavour. Number 3 is fish finger sandwich. Again, all it was missing was a tiny bit of gherkin, but otherwise this was well made and tasted great. Number 2 is the sweet corn fritter rice bowl. So unexpected, but so tasty and a great start for a healthier option at Greg's. Number 1, not so healthy, is of course the hot Yum Yums. I don't need to say anything more about them. They were perfection, and no, I don't care that Yum Yums are in this top 5 twice. They're called Yum Yums for a reason. Anyway, I'll see you next time where I'm going to eat more food.